Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliet. In case you see my face for the first time, I'm a Pearson Test of English tutor. In today's video, we're going to be looking at PTE exam pattern. A lot of people have been asking, really, how do I go about PTE? What is PTE and what makes it different from the other English exam? So we're going to be getting into that shortly. The PTE is short for full meaning Pearson Test of English exam. This is a computer-based exam and it's an international exam recommended for migration or for study. Now here in Australia, if you also want to do some study, maybe you want to change a course, maybe from nursing you want to go to social work, or you're in engineering and you want to go to another field, you can also write this exam. If you want to do nursing registration, you can write this exam here in Australia. Also, people in the UK use this exam for their healthcare assistant, because I was opportune to teach one or two persons that were going to the UK for a job. So it's a straightforward exam. It used to be 3 hours, but now it's 2 hours, and you still have 20 different question types. Now, one thing I like about this exam is that most of its questions are integrated. What does that mean? It simply means that some of the questions or some of the tasks would actually add score across some other tasks in the 4 modules. Now, the 4 modules on which you'll be assessed for, or the courses for which you'll be assessed for, will be speaking, writing, reading, and listening. The speaking and the writing are the first session of the exam, followed by reading, and then listening is the last module or the last course in the exam. Like I said, this exam lasts for a total period of 2 hours. So it means that you can't go in and go out. You have to sit through till 2 hours is over. Prior to this time, there used to be a 10 minutes break after reading before you do the last course, which is listening. But that 10 minutes break has been taken off. It's no longer there. So you're going to sit through that exam. That means you have to use the toilet, you have to eat very well before you come for that exam, because you have to sit through until the end of the exam. PTE exam pattern or structure of this exam. Like I said, you've got 4 modules or 4 courses, and the first of these is the speaking module. This is a very important module. For me, as a tutor, I would say that the speaking module is the most important module. This is because there are 2 tasks in the speaking module that will contribute a lot of scores to PTE reading and PTE listening, or the reading and the listening modules or courses. Now let's look at the 5 tasks that make up the speaking module or the speaking course. They are the read aloud, the repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, and answer short question. Okay, so this is how the read aloud would look like. Yeah, and then this is how the repeat sentence would also look like. Now, what is expected of you in this task is you'll be scored for content, oral fluency, and pronunciation. Now, I'm not going to get into details about what content or oral fluency or pronunciation is. The best thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just link up the other videos I have on content and pronunciation up here or down here, whatever it will appear. Okay, so you can go and listen to it and find out what content and oral fluency or what pronunciations will be, because I've made several videos on that. So these 5 tasks make up the PTE speaking. Of all these 5 tasks, they're the ones that are most important, which will be the read aloud and the repeat sentence. Okay, they're very important because they will contribute several scores to the other modules I have mentioned. Now, after the speaking module, you go straight to the writing module. The writing module, there are just 2 tasks. This is the module or the course that has the shortest of tasks. We have the summarized written tests and the write essay. For the summarized written test, you could have 1 or 2 on exam day, while the essay you have 1 or 2. But basically, I know people always have just 1 essay on exam day. Now, how will you be scored for the writing? For the writing, I'm just going to do a general overview of what you'll be expecting that you'll be scored on. That will be content, form, and you have things like vocabulary, grammar, and then for the right essay, you'd have spelling. Okay, you'll be scored for all those things, like 2 marks or 1 mark, basically 2 marks for them. So these are the scoring criteria for the writing. Immediately after the speaking and writing, you'll be taken straight to the reading. Remember, it's a computer-based exam, so once you finish, you click on the next button, which brings you straight to the reading. Now, for the reading, you would have to manage your time very well, because if you do not manage your time, you're going to miss out on some of the tasks in the PTE listening, which is the last task in the entire exam or the last module in the entire exam. For the reading, we also have 5 tasks. The reading and writing fill in the blanks, which is the most important here. The reading fill in the blanks, then we'll have the multiple choice, choose multiple answers where negative marking applies. That means that if you're supposed to choose more than one answers, if you get a right one and then you have a wrong one, you end up getting 0. So we always say stick to the right one, stick to one right one you're sure of. That's it for the multiple choice, choose multiple answers. Then we also have the reorder paragraphs where you're supposed to restore the right order of some sentences. Now, I've made several videos on some of these tasks. So you can just go to my playlist and click on PTE videos and you'll be opportune to see some of these things I'm talking about. Also, watch some of these videos I'm talking about. Now, at this point, if you have watched to this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you know when I upload new videos, which I actually do every week. Now, this takes me to another task in the PTE reading. The reading fill in the blanks. This will contribute scores only to the reading, and they will have the multiple choice, choose single answers. That means that the reading task has just 5 tasks: reading and writing fill in the blanks, multiple choice, choose multiple answers, reorder paragraphs, reading fill in the blanks, and the multiple choice, choose single answer. Then immediately you finish the reading module, it will take you to the listening module when you click on next. The listening module is the last module or the last course of this exam. There are 8 tasks, and of those 8 tasks, there are 4 that are most important, and the other 4, you can just try to do them. The 4 most important ones will be the summarized spoken test, fill in the blank. Remember, it's not the same as the fill in the blank we saw in the reading. This one is listening, fill in the blank. They will have highlight incorrect words and write from dictation. These are the 4 most important tasks in the listening module. They will have the other ones that you can just pick an answer if you do not have a lot of time on your side. They are the multiple choice, choose multiple answers. They are the highlight correct summary, and we have the select missing word, and I think another one here is multiple choice, choose single answers. So 8 tasks, 4 most important and 4 that are not as important as the first one. For the listening module, I think you have to listen to an audio before you can pick out your answer. So you have to be very attentive. You do not have to entertain distractions, because once you're distracted, you miss the answer to most of the questions in the listening module. What makes the PTE unique for me and different from other exams is the fact that most of the questions in the PTE are integrated. For example, the first task in the speaking module, the read aloud, will contribute over 20 marks to the reading module. So you see, there are a lot of scores coming from other tasks to the other modules to boost your score across that. Another thing that make me like the PTE is the fact that there are a lot of questions that I can shine from or I can shine in, if you know what I mean. I'm just simply saying that if I don't really do so well in the first question in the read aloud, because I have 6 to 7 of this question, I can put myself together and do well in the next one. If I think I didn't do so well in read aloud, I'll go shine forth in my repeat sentence. I will do more in my repeat sentence. I'll get ready for describe image, But for the IELTS speaking, okay, you just have to speak to an examiner. So if the examiner isn't smiling, or if the examiner isn't having a nice day, I mean, just imagine what that can be. So for the PTE, you just have to speak to a computer. I mean, that can also boost your level, your confidence level, because you're not looking at someone that is frowning or someone that thinks you don't know what you're saying. Some people are not very good at hiding their emotions. So that's one thing I like about the PTE. The speaking, you have 5 tasks to shine in or shine on. Like, you have to go from one task to the other, and you can do well. And those tasks can contribute a lot of scores to the other task. And then for the PTE writing, we do not actually have to write a letter like in the IELTS or some other English exam. For the PTE writing, you still just need to type there and just do an essay, basically argumentative essay. Okay, so it's straightforward. For the reading, for me, the IELTS reading is where a lot of students have a lot of challenges. But if you're an avid reader, for the PTE reading, you'll be able to identify some of the answers in the fill in the blanks, which are really the most important task in the PTE reading. Now, some people go as far as trying to memorize the questions in the fill in the blanks in the PTE. I will just tell you that will be too much. The time you would use to practice for those tasks, instead of you to go memorize them, try to practice, try to listen to some videos on YouTube or get a tutor that will teach you what to do, so you know exactly what to do. So the PTE reading for me is easier than the IELTS reading. This is because I've met a lot of people that have had issues with either the IELTS writing or the IELTS reading. These two tasks or these two courses or modules always become problem or are challenges for people that are writing the IELTS. So one other thing I want to say that is very important today is this. Before you write any English exam, try to find out the one that is required of you. Okay, know if it is the IELTS, and for the IELTS you have IELTS academic or IELTS general. If you want to write the PT is just same, it's one. There's some you can do from the comfort of your house, and there's one you can do at the test centers. But the ones you do at the comfort of your house, note that you can't use them for migration purposes. Okay, so before you write any English exam, be sure to find out if the school or the country you want to migrate to, they require this particular English exam you want to write. So if you've been trying to find out, oh, what's PTE, oh, I've never heard of it, which I actually get those feedback from a lot of people. I don't know what PTE is. So this video will help you know what PTE is, know what the structure of the exam is, and know the task in the exam and what you should expect from the exam. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.